early game right now between IWWA and Impact right now. We have Paltech on the Maldamba. We have Acids on the Shaylin. We have Makoa, El Zulu. We know that. K Canuck on the Ruckus. Victor, Nevis. Jacob on the Cassie. Androxus, Invocal. William 355 on the Fernando. Ying, Dark Rider, Protection on the Drogos. Right now, what I'm looking at with these team comps is that on IWWA, we know right now that the only tank that they have is Fernando. And the issue with Fernando being the only tank is once he dies, everybody dies. You cannot push up when your Fernando is gone. Maldambo starting that Chronos, he's gonna have those gourds up early, he's gonna have them up often, and he heals for so much, especially if you can't finish them off by chasing around the map. And right now, going toward the center, everybody is rushing. Fernando, honestly, first on the point. He's trying his best to just put his shield up. Shaylin and Androxus are actually going to have a 1v1, and I don't know if you want to fight a Shaylin 1v1 necessarily, but it looks like Androxus is just essentially running away. Fernando sitting on the point, trying to get his the first blood right there from the Ying onto the Ruckus. That's actually pretty huge, considering that Ruckus is their second tank. Makoa can actually one-shot pretty much anybody on their team besides Fernando, but if Makoa pulls you as a Fernando, you are completely out of position and you are dead, as we just saw El Zulu picking up William 355. The issue right now is that IWWA, without their tank, presumably their comms are saying, okay, we don't have our tank, so we cannot push forward. The issue with Fernando, like I've said before, if he dies, everybody dies. You essentially just scramble around the entire map. See, Makoa is really, really good at displacing everybody, and the fact is they cannot push forward. Fernando's dying, Victor's dying, but the issue here is that they don't have enough damage to follow up, and Maldambo has the sustain to keep them in the fight. See, Fernando, he has to turn tail and run, and he's dying. He's essentially completely out of position. Everybody is just trickling in like lemmings, essentially, and they cannot get on this point. Impact get this first point. At this point, you can see that IWWA is dying one by one, which is a pretty huge deficit. If you're going in one by one and dying, especially without your tank, who doesn't even have ultimate, he's not even close, then you're going to die, especially as those tanks... Especially as those characters, you do not have a second tank, you do not have somebody to peel for you. Your self-peel is okay as Androxus, he gets around the map, and he is very, very slippery, but the fact of the matter is, he can't do it by himself. He is not a character that can hard carry a game, especially whenever nothing is going on for your team. The issue here for Impact, though, is that they're getting a little bit greedy. They're chasing kills. I think that they know that they have the advantage right now, and Ruckus staying on this payload is huge right now, especially considering the fact that Fernando is diving in, Makoa's shield is gone, Wrecker doing a ton of damage there. One issue that Acid's getting picked off there, you do not want to see that at all. Cassie is being plucked, she's almost dead, being recharged out of combat. One thing that I'm seeing is that Fernando is dead again. And whenever Fernando is dead, everybody is just scrambling away. Everybody, actually Androxus chasing that Victor kill, he knows that the only thing he can do is just get a pick. There's Cassie. They are staying on the payload. IWA is not even close. They're not on the payload right now. And if you are on the payload, you are completely alone. And if you go in alone, that's a 3-man acid bomb right there from Drogos. That's actually pretty huge. But if you go in alone over and over, you're going to die. You're going to trickle, and it's really, really bad. Drogos charging that ultimate, looking for a pick, and he gets a pick onto Ruckus. He essentially dives into 4. He gets 1 pick, and that's actually a pretty fair trade considering they can't do anything. It's a 2-for-2 right now. It's a 3v4 right now. But the issue here I'm seeing is that Fernando is very, very low. He cannot push up, and without you, he's dead right there. He cannot push up without the Fernando. This team comp essentially lost in picks and bans by saying, we don't have any self-peel. Fernando doesn't even have peel. It's not often that you have a tank that needs to be protected by the carries, but that's what we saw just now.
Hey, what's up, folks? Tom Battinger here. On behalf of everybody that took part, thanks for watching the caster. We really appreciate it. But if you want to dig even deeper and find behind-the-scenes action, some commentary, and all the other fun stuff, check out the Caster's YouTube page, youtube.com/thecastershow. We definitely appreciate it, and we'll see you later.